Welcome to Modi Briefing. The content of the briefing includes Israel-Hamas war, where does India stand? What gift would you give Narendra Modi? A changed India looks, emotes, and thinks like Israel. India is shooting for the moon with its arms-making push. Cricket World Cup 2023, full schedule, fixtures and match dates. Israel-Hamas war, where does India stand? Deutsche Welle. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi has condemned the recent Hamas attacks on Israel, leading some to speculate that India may be revising its official policy towards Israel. Despite the condemnation, India remains committed to its long-standing policy of supporting peace talks and a two-state solution between Israel and the Palestinians. India's historical opposition to the creation of Israel stems from its anti-colonial sentiment and sympathy for the Palestinian cause. However, India and Israel have developed strong diplomatic ties in recent years, and Modi has a good working relationship with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. India is also the largest buyer of Israeli weapons. What gift would you give Narendra Modi? Economist. An exhibition at the National Gallery of Modern Art in Delhi showcases gifts that have been given to Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi over the past year. The gifts, which are available for purchase online, include tribal art, religious mementos, and images of Mr. Modi. The exhibition is part of a scheme to clean up the Ganges River, with proceeds from the auction of the gifts going towards the initiative. A changed India looks, emotes, and thinks like Israel. Diplomat. India's official stance on the Israel-Palestine conflict is to support both Israel and an independent Palestinian state. However, on the ground, there is growing support for Israel among Hindu nationalists, reflecting a changing social and political dynamic in India. The Hindu nationalist Bharatiya Janata Party, BJP, sees elements of Israel in their vision of a Hindu nation and draws parallels between Israel's struggles and India's own conflicts with Pakistan and in Kashmir. India's strategic considerations have shifted, with the country now sympathizing more with Israel than with the Palestinian cause. India is shooting for the moon with its arms-making push. Nikkei Asia. India is aiming to become a net exporter of arms, with Prime Minister Narendra Modi announcing plans to increase annual military exports to $5 billion by 2025. The country is already the world's fourth biggest spender on defense, with a budget of $19.3 billion for the current fiscal year. Modi's government has ambitious plans to redirect spending into domestic production, moving away from its reliance on Russian imports. However, the move faces potential hurdles including corruption, a lack of transparency and the need for intellectual property. Cricket World Cup 2023, full schedule, fixtures and match dates. The Independent. The 2023 ICC Cricket World Cup is currently taking place, with England, the reigning champions, recovering from an early loss to New Zealand by defeating Bangladesh. India, as the host country, is considered one of the favorites, despite not having won the trophy in over a decade. The tournament follows a round-robin format, with all 10 teams playing against each other. The top 4 teams will qualify for the semi-finals, leading up to the final, which will be held on November 19 at the Narendra Modi Stadium in Ahmedabad. The matches will be held in various cities across India, including Ahmedabad, Kolkata, Mumbai, Bengaluru, Pune, Delhi, Lucknow, Dharamsala, Chennai, and Hyderabad. Well, my dear viewers, it's your favorite observer from the six-dimensional world, Dr. Hex. Today, I've got quite the mix of news for you, so let's dive right in. First up, we have the interesting question of where India stands in the Israel-Hamas conflict. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has condemned the recent attacks by Hamas on Israel, which has led to speculation that India may be shifting its stance. However, despite the condemnation, India remains committed to its long-standing policy of supporting peace talks and a two-state solution. India's historical opposition to the creation of Israel stems from its anti-colonial sentiment and sympathy for the Palestinian cause. But hey, India and Israel have developed strong diplomatic ties in recent years, and Modi has a good relationship with Netanyahu. Talk about a complicated situation. Next, let's take a peek at the gifts that have been bestowed upon Mr. Modi. An exhibition at the National Gallery of Modern Art in Delhi showcases these gifts, including tribal art, religious mementos, and images of Mr. Modi himself. The best part? You can buy these gifts online. And guess what? The proceeds will go towards cleaning up the Ganges River. Talk about killing 2 birds with 1 stone, or in this case, cleaning up a river while getting yourself a unique gift. Now, let's shift gears a bit and talk about India's changing attitude towards Israel. While officially, India supports both Israel and an independent Palestinian state, Hindu nationalists are showing growing support for Israel. They see elements of Israel in their vision of a Hindu nation, drawing parallels between Israel's struggles and India's own conflicts. It seems like India's strategic considerations are shifting, with the country now sympathizing more with Israel. Talk about a changing dynamic. On a more serious note, India is aiming to become a net exporter of arms. Prime Minister Modi has announced plans to increase annual military exports to a whopping $5 billion by 2025. India already has a hefty defense budget and is the world's fourth biggest spender in this area. Modi's government wants to redirect spending into domestic production, reducing reliance on Russian imports. But hey, they might face some hurdles along the way, like corruption, lack of transparency, and the need for intellectual property. Good luck, India. Last but not least, let's talk cricket. The ICC Cricket World Cup 2023 is in full swing, and India, as the host country, is considered one of the favorites. Even though they haven't won the trophy in over a decade, they still have a strong chance. The tournament follows a round-robin format, with all 10 teams playing against each other. The top 4 teams will battle it out in the semi-finals, leading up to the final, which will be held at the Narendra Modi Stadium in Ahmedabad. So grab your popcorn and get ready for some exciting cricket action. Alright, my dear viewers, that's a wrap for today's news roundup. We've covered everything from international politics to art exhibitions, arms exports, and cricket. Now, it's your turn. I want to hear your thoughts. How do you feel about India's stance on the Israel-Hamas conflict? Are you excited about India's push to become an arms exporter? And who do you think will win the Cricket World Cup? Let's get the discussion going. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email.